And my people, before I give on the headline, please, I want to use this opportunity to correct this impression. I don't know what this guy by name Emeka Gift. I don't know what this guy is getting from turning news upside down. This headline now that I'm about to read to you now, this is not exactly how it is being rolled. The poisoning allegation against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a ticking time bomb for Nigerian stability. Yeah, can you imagine this rubbish? It's actually the DSS have confirmed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was poisoned. Who poisoned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if not the same DSS? The doctors they assembled from all the regions of Nigeria have confirmed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been poisoned. He was poisoned from the very first day he stepped his feet to DSS 4 years ago. He saw his death coming. He made it clear to everybody that these people is going to free me when my life must have remained 5 or 10% to buy. Then that is the time they will free him. But okay, look at Icon News, belong to Family Writers Press International, who is also a member of DOS. Every news that this icon always bring, this Icon News, is always twisted, turn it upside down. They are the one who claim that they are fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are the one who claim that they are not working with Nigerian government. But when they see the news of Nigerian government, instead of them to write it the way it is, they will turn it upside down. Just for you people to know what is happening. Nobody is with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that young man will be regretting why he ever take that step. I swear, he will be regretting. Because an Hausa man came out and said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been left alone by the people he trusted so much. And people were doubting him. He go to the comment section. No, why don't you? The most people Mazi Nnamdi Kanu trusted so much, which is the DOS, they are the one that sold him and see him making life miserable for him in that detention also. The question there now is, as DSS don't confirm, say Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was poisoned, who are we going to hold responsible? If not them, the DSS have confirmed. If they confirm that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was poisoned, in other words, they have already confessed that they poisoned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if they free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, maybe 5 days or 6 days, the young man will just say bye-bye. Now it will have been discovered that it's a very terrible tumor and cancer in his system. It's alright. Anyway, my people, I beg good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. TGIF, thank God, saying a Friday we day. Now here we bring on every important information concerning the Biafra's liberation, concerning the Biafra independence, and also concerning anything that got to do with the movement of Biafra, both home and abroad. So please, if you get this message, endeavor to help us to share it. Let it get the required number of views and also the required number of likes as well. The unjust detention of Nnamdi Kanu is 10 on Nigeria's human rights record. Nigeria, did they have record before? They don't have record. All the record Nigeria have in terms of human rights are all what? Are all rubbish. Are all rubbish. Anyway, let me just read the news the way they write it here. And after that, then every other time will follow. So please help me to circulate the message. In the shadowy corridors of Nigeria's political detention, where justice often bends to the whims of power, the recent open letter from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the fiery leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has ignited a firestorm of concern and outrage. Read aloud to the world on September 17 of 2025 by his lawyer, Barrister Nnaemeka Ejiofor. The letter lays bare Kanu's harrowing health crisis, dangerously low potassium levels threatening sudden heart failure, distress in his pancreas, kidneys and heart, and over 50 blood draws yielding no answers, even from South Africa labs. But it is the chilling suspicion, or rather the suspicion of poisoning traced back to his brutal 2021 rendition from Kenya that elevates this from a personal tragedy to a national peril. Kanu's was raw and resolute, cut through the nose, or rather the noise. If there is nothing wrong with me, why have they drawn my blood more than 50 times? Even South African authorities who analyzed my blood could not explain why my potassium keeps dropping. He accuses the Department of State Service, DSS, of deliberate medical neglect, pleading for transfer to the National Hospital in Abuja, or at least courage of his treatment cost. Ejiofor has gone further, branding the ordeal genocidal health sabotage, warning that denial of care could lead to Kano's death, a state-sponsored tragedy in the making as Nigeria grapples with this unfolding drama. The implications of poisoning Nnamdi Kanu ripple far beyond one man's suffering. They strike at the heart of a nation's fragile unity, echoing the ghost of colonial-era injustices and modern authorities' overreach. Here's why this could unravel everything: a health crisis masking foul play. Kanu's allegations aren't born in isolation. His 2021 arrest, allegedly involving torture and rendition without extradition, have long been decried by human rights groups as a violation of international law. Now, with symptoms pointing to possible toxin exposure during that operation, the narratives shift from mere detention to assassination by attrition. Low potassium hypokalemia isn't just fatigue, it is a cardiac assassin capable of inducing fatal arrhythmias coupled with pancreatic and renal strain. It paints a picture of systematic sabotage from the so-called Nigerian government. In conclusion, let us not stay too far. A call to avert catastrophe. The implications are clear. Poisoning Nnamdi Kanu isn't just an attack on one man's, it is an assault on Nigeria's soul. It risks reigniting civil war echoes, shattering legal credibility, and isolating the country globally. As Ejiofor urges public and global pressure, the onus falls on Tinubu's administration to act, transfer Kanu to independent care, investigate the poisoning claims transparently, or release him outright. History judges harshly those who let symbols like Kanu fade in silence. Mandela's release birthed a rainbow nation. Navini's death fueled Russia's rage. Nigeria stands at a crossroads. Will it choose healing or hemorrhage? The clock ticks with every potassium drop. The unjust detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a stain in Nigeria's human rights record. For over 4 good years, Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, have languished in detention under the custody of the Nigerian government. Arrested in June of 2021 after being extraordinary rendition from Kenya, Kanu faces charges of terrorism and treasonable felony. Yet, the government has failed to produce credible evidence to substantiate these grave accusations. This prolonged detention without a fair trial is not only a blatant violation of Kanu's fundamental human rights, but also a chilling testament to the Nigeria's state intolerance for dissenting voices, particularly those advocating for Biafra self-determination. The continual persecution of Kanu is a politically motivated assault rooted in his unapologetic push for Biafra's independence, and it exposes the government's alarming disregard for justice, due process, and democratic principles. A lack of evidence and a mockery of justice. The Nigerian government case against Nnamdi Kanu is built on shaky foundation despite the severity of the charges leveled against him, including terrorism and incitement. The prosecution has consistently failed to present concrete evidence linking Kanu to acts of violence or terrorism. Court proceedings have been marred by delays, adjournments, and a troubling lack of transparency, raising serious questions about the integrity of the judicial processes. The absence of substantive evidence after 4 years of detention suggests that the charges are a pretext to silence Kanu and dismantle the IPOB movement, which seeks a referendum for Biafra sovereignty. The Nigerian Constitution guarantees the right to a fair trial and presumption of innocence. Yet, Kanu has been subjected to prolonged pre-trial detention without bail. Internationally, his treatment contravenes the Universal Declaration of Human Rights and African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which Nigeria is a signatory to. These frameworks explicitly protect individuals from arbitrary detention and ensure the right to a speedy trial by holding Kanu without credible evidence. The Nigerian government is not only undermining its own legal system but also flouting its obligations under global human rights standards. The detention of Nnamdi Kanu is emblematic of a broader pattern of human rights abuses by the Nigerian government against those who challenge its authority. Reports from human rights organizations, including Amnesty International, have all documented the harsh conditions of Kanu's confinement, including restricted access to legal counsels, family visits, and medical care. Such treatment amounts to cruel, inhuman, and degrading punishment, further compounding the injustice of his detention. The government's heavy-handed tactics extended beyond Kanu to his supporters and the broader Biafran population. The Nigerian security forces have been accused of extrajudicial killings, mass arrests, and violent crackdowns on peaceful IPOB protesters, creating an atmosphere of fear and repressions. These actions reveal a deliberate strategy to criminalize dissent and suppress the legitimate aspirations of those who, like Kanu, advocate for self-determination. The right to self-determination is enshrined in international law, yet Nigeria's government has chosen to respond with brute force rather than dialogue. In conclusion, Nnamdi Kanu's detention is not just one man's, it is a litmus test for Nigeria's commitment to justice, freedom, and democracy by keeping him behind bars without evidence. The government is sending a dangerous message that dissent will be crushed and human rights will be sacrificed on the altar of political expediencies. Nigerians must choose a different path, one that respects the rights of all its citizens, including those who dare to dream of a different future. Until Nnamdi Kanu is freed or given a fair trial, Nigeria's claim to democratic governance will remain hollow, and its moral authority will continue to erode. This message is from the Family Writers Press International. Anyway, my wonderful people, once again, have a nice day, and may the good Lord continue to bless us. Happy Friday, happy weekend. It shall be well with all of us. Kachineke, Mezioku. Biko, share this message